Make sure you stick around for step 3 because getting it wrong is literally costing South Africans years of growth.
Okay, let's kick things off with section 1, saving won't make you rich, and knowing exactly when it's time to start investing.
So let's start with the massive mistake so many of us make, leaving our hard-earned money just sitting there in a traditional savings account for over 5 years. I mean, in those accounts, your money is barely beating inflation. Meanwhile, global markets historically outpace inflation by a really wide margin. So here's your golden rule, the 5+ year rule. Basically, once your immediate emergencies are covered, any cash you won't touch for half a decade needs to be working way harder. If it's just sitting idle, it's literally losing purchasing power. That brings us right to section 2, building your emergency fund. Think of this as your permission slip. Look, before we even think about investing in the markets, we absolutely must have a safety net in place. Living in South Africa, well, you know it means dealing with unpredictable realities. We're talking the sudden risk of retrenchment, or those unexpected costs of keeping a side hustle running when severe load shedding hits. So your target number is 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses tucked away safely. This is just for the basics: rent, groceries, transport, utilities. The absolute baseline required to keep your life afloat if your income were to suddenly stop. Now, where should this money live? You definitely want to keep this emergency fund in a highly accessible place. Great options for this are a notice deposit account or a money market account. The key here is you need to be able to get your hands on this cash quickly when an emergency strikes, without paying massive penalties or waiting weeks for a withdrawal to clear. It needs to be safe, liquid, and ready to go. I love this concept. This fund is your permission slip to invest boldly. Why? Because when life inevitably happens, the car breaks down, the geyser suddenly bursts, you won't be forced to cash out your long-term investments at a terrible time just to cover the bill. You've got your cash safety net ready, which means your actual investments can stay invested and just keep growing uninterrupted. Moving right along to section 3, the 2-bucket system. This is all about balancing safety versus growth. Honestly, getting this strategy wrong is where most people mess up. They either take on way too much risk with money they need tomorrow, or way too little risk with money they don't need for decades. So before you put a single rand anywhere, whether it's a savings account, an investment app, or, under your mattress, you have to use this filter. Ask yourself, exactly when will I need this cash? The timeline attached to your money completely dictates where it should live. To make this super simple, you want to mentally and practically divide your money into 2 distinct buckets.